Yo, snap turtle in the truck. Just fed my kids. And before I eat, I wanted to touch on this old Tekashi 6ix9ine situation. I mean, whew, you know, it's like I'm in the Twilight Zone or something. Um, the other day I talked about how Tekashi has to be held accountable for his own actions, even if he was misguided and misled by his OGs, right? He's over 20 years old, okay? Over 20 years old, and I know that's young. It's young. When I was 20, you know, I was doing some stupid stuff, but I knew right from wrong, and I knew that consequences was a coming if I got caught. Only when I was doing my stupid stuff, I didn't film it. I didn't record my voice on it. I didn't brag about it, because I knew if I was blabbing and blabbing, shit could come back to haunt me. Now, I talked enough about how this is Tekashi's own fault and Shotty's own fault. And oh man, welcome Joyce. How's Tekashi's own fault, Shotty's own fault, and Mel's own fault? Okay, they all hold some responsibility. What's up, San Diego? You ever heard of apportionment? You're welcome, Joyce. Welcome. Apportionment is where you assign, let's say you get injured on a job, okay? And you got to go through workers' comp. But you have a pre-existing injury that got aggravated. Well, some of that percentage has to go to the prior condition. So instead of it being 100% the contractor's fault, it might only be 80%, and things like that. Now, yes, they all share in some responsibility. They're all idiots, okay? And they all got idiotic consequences. So, with that being said, I'm going to touch on academics, okay? Now, Tekashi got big around this time last year, maybe December. But before that, Tekashi already had over 1 million followers. He was already big. So he didn't necessarily need Tekashi to boost him up. As a matter of fact, I think it was the other way around. I think Ak helped boost Tekashi's shit. I think he helped boost that. Because, Tekashi's what they call a SoundCloud rapper. Ak put him on. He puts all kind of those young lils on. You know what I'm saying? He's the one who does that. He puts their music out there. He gives their opinion. He might even call them up, get him on his Twitch or whatever, and do it like that. But what's not new is the fact that academics will release videos and put it out on live and post it here and there. And that's what helps him gain views. That's his job. His job is to report on exclusive information that he gets. That's what he does. It's nothing new. He's talked about it long before this whole Tekashi thing came out, because he was talking about some other, gangster rapper who, gave him some stuff. The dude had posted something and took it down real quick. But once you post something, it doesn't matter if you left it up there for a millisecond and took it down. It's going to get got, okay? But Ak has made it known throughout his entire career that he's a reporter. He made that known when in regards to 6ix9ine, before 6ix9ine was killed, and they got into it because Ak had reported some stuff. Ak made it clear, hey man, I'm doing my job. You know what I'm saying? We cool, but I'm gonna do my job. That's what I'm doing. He made it clear to everybody. He's never hid the fact that he will post your shit whenever he felt like it. Now, did he go a little bit too far with posting that Tekashi bag on somebody's head video? Maybe. But why did he have it in the first place? Why was it on video in the first place? See, we have to start there. Why are you blabbing about putting a hit on somebody in a video? It looks like it looked like it was a produced. It was the guy following him around. He's on the phone. Tekashi knew he was on the phone. I mean, Tekashi knew he was being filmed. You know what I'm saying? And then he got real low. He sat down on the curb. Old boy with the camera got real. It was a production. I feel like he was going to release that video anyway if he didn't get caught. Now, what Act usually does, if there's some incriminating shit on a certain rapper or something, he won't usually post something like that until after they already get caught. Until there's already, you know, the dude's already arrested or something already happened. Do we know if the FBI already had that video or not? We don't know that. We don't know what the FBI got. They can pull shit out of the air. Okay? I'm not defending Act. What I am doing, yeah. I mean, what happened at the Barclays Center? The Barclays got shot up. Everybody thought it was Tekashi. What Tekashi do after that with all his homies mobbing down the parking lot? Oh, somebody shot. What happened? Laughing and joking and implying and all that. He didn't directly say that he was responsible for that, but he implied it. Now, whose fault is that? He did that. Everything that he's done, you know what? I don't even feel like Shotty and Mel influenced this guy. I don't think they stuck a hand up his ass and made him do this. No, they might have encouraged it. They might have blessed it. Yeah, do you, man. It's making you big. That's your personality. That's your persona. Do you? Yeah. Talk all that shit. What they call that when you troll all over the internet, threaten people, threaten all the Los Angeles gang members. Do what you got to do. Go against Jay Prince. Go do this. Go do that. I don't think they gave him a script and said, hey, read off this script. Mob over here. Read off this script. Mob to the airport. Here, these guys are gonna show up, and you're gonna talk all kind of shit. Your boy gonna take off on one of them, and it ain't. And you know what I'm saying. Listen, I would not give Ack no information about me ever, because I know how he rolls. Just like Vlad. The only difference between Vlad and Ack is the amount of money they put into their production and interviews. They're no different, and Ack is black. But Ack is the quintessential reporter. He gonna sweet talk you. He gonna make you feel good about yourself. He gonna make you feel like you king shit. He's gonna get all kind of dirt on you, and he's gonna put that shit out there for motherfuckers to step in and track in the mud in the motherfucking house. That's Ack's M.O. You ain't know? Let me tell you. Ack played Tekashi real well. He helped bring the kid up. He helped bring Tekashi up a little bit. And then Tekashi took off on his own. But at the same time, he let Tekashi, he gave him his chain, took it back, make him look like a bitch. I mean, Tekashi made Ack look like his bitch. Okay? I know y'all saw that. Taking all his video, making him take his shirt off and shit, and looking all weird and funny. Ack knew what he was doing. He was buttering that bread up real well. Y'all feel me? So what I'm saying is, Ack's behavior is nothing new. It's nothing new. So, with that being known, either you are careful about what kind of information you give to this clown, right? Don't give him too much. Give him just enough. Don't give him videos of you talking about you gonna put a hit on somebody. What is that? It's your fault. You're giving your information to people you don't know. He wasn't Ack's friend, and he knew that. Ack even did a live on Twitch where he was talking about how Tekashi was trying to manipulate him into doing certain type of journalistic shit. He was trying to get Ack to say certain things about Tekashi only in a good light. And Ack said that he wasn't gonna do that. And him and Tekashi fell off for a minute. It's part of the game, man. Ack told him, I'm not gonna allow you to tell me how I report and what I report. I'm gonna just report what I want to report. Okay? Ack makes it known that he is out here. He has such a huge following, large following, huge. And nothing you ever say or do is going to change that unless he does some shit that is out of this world, because he already has that following. These people already know how Ack roll. Now, what we have to do as a community is pull our titties out of the mouths of the babes, because they ain't babes no more. Tekashi is not a baby. He's not 13, 14, 15. He's 20 years old. He knew what he was doing when he did all the shit that he was doing, and he was doing it to blow up, and he blew up. Okay? And for whatever reason, you know, he got kidnapped by his people, allegedly. They tried to hit him, his own people, allegedly. You know? And this is the shit that happens when you don't feed your people no more. You're not feeding your people enough. And I don't remember who's talked about that, but somebody talked about how if you have a large crew, you have a large entourage, and they gang members, if you ain't keeping that money rolling in, and you ain't passing it out, you ain't passing it down, they looking at, they want the come up. Because guess what? You're using them. You're using these gangster niggas to make yourself look gangster. Right? That's what's happening. You're using these Bloods or these Crips. You have them in your videos. You mobbing down the street with them. You doing documentaries with them. That's the game. You got to keep that money coming. You got to keep flying them out. You got to keep bringing them into your shows. You got to keep kicking down. It's a bottom-up situation when you have these gangsters around here with you and you want to have that persona. Dummy boy dropped. I don't even know what that means. I don't know. You gotta elaborate on that a little bit. But you know what I'm saying? What leak? There's a leak? Oh, yeah. Right. That's another thing. That's a whole different conspiracy, right? Conspiracy theory. That all this is just a show. Right. All this, yeah, I got you. Yeah. His album just dropped. Now there's a conspiracy theory floating out around there, out in the cosmos, that all this is happening to promote his album. Free download. Whatever you got to do. Whatever you got to do to make yourself bigger. This is a game, okay? And we're distracted. Now we run around saying that 20-year-old men aren't responsible for their actions because they got some people guiding them in the wrong direction. I mean, yeah, they're all responsible. Tekashi got to hold that. But I wouldn't be surprised if he gets released. So all this hooing and hawing we doing for Tekashi, you know, all this changing his diaper and giving him the bottle and putting the titty, all that. Listen, when I was 16, I got kicked out of the house because I was doing some dumb shit. I was living on the streets. Now, in my mind, I felt like my parents weren't there for me like I needed them to be. My pops wasn't even there. I didn't see my pops since I was 4 years old. And my mom was on some shit that I wasn't feeling. But at the same time, I knew if I kept doing this dumb shit, Something gonna crack. Something gonna break. I knew in my mind. I knew, but I did it anyway. And when I was 20, I decided to do some better shit for myself. So I joined the army, all that bullshit. When I was 20, 21, 22, around the age of Tekashi, I was in a different situation where I had this officer and that sergeant telling me what target to hit. And I better had done that. Only if I didn't do it, I was getting court-martialed or put in the brig or getting my ass kicked out. So people have different circumstances, right? I did what I was told because I had signed my life on the dotted line, signed my rights away. Tekashi, on the other hand, he had a whole different situation. All that shit that he did was encouraged, it was blessed, and all that. But he did it. And when I would watch him sometimes, how he talks to people and the shit that he does on lives and stuff, it looks like he's ready and willing to do all that stuff. I don't see him being confused or hesitant about the shit that he does. I see a man who makes his choices immaturely. He's immature, but he makes those choices happily and willingly. Okay? You know, even when he did that interview, he did that first interview on the Breakfast Club, Shotty and them was there, and Charlamagne or somebody asked him, like, well, what's up with your boy? You gonna let him do this, do that, and get himself in trouble? And Tekashi said, hey, they let me do what I want to do. I'm my own man. He didn't hesitate. Tekashi, as a matter of fact, let me tell you how sharp this dude is, Tekashi. Watch that first Breakfast Club interview. He sunned the shit out of Charlamagne and them. Sunned them. I'm gonna use New York term, because I know most of y'all that love Tekashi and all that from New York. He sunned them. He spoke to them like they were little giblets. It was not scripted. This dude was sharp. He knew what he was saying. He knew what he was doing. He controlled that whole interview. Controlled the whole interview. But you're going to tell me, now that he's been arrested by the FBI for doing dumb shit, that, oh, he's just a little baby boy? Oh, he's just a kid. When you same people were applauding how sharp he was, how he controlled the entire room in the interview during that Breakfast Club interview. Cats like Joe Budden. Yeah. I'm not a fan. I think his music is dumb and stupid. He can't rap. And I think the shit he does is stupid. And you're right. He was hanging himself. But he just thought he was invincible, untouchable, because he was such a, well-known celebrity. Now he knows different, right? If this whole thing is real. Because there was people talking about how there was no video of him being walked into the jail or walked into the police car. There was no pictures of the feds taking him in. There are no current pictures of him in court. I mean, so some things to think about. But what I'm talking about is responsibility. Okay? When I was 12 years old or 10 years old, and I was mobbing, running up and down the street, throwing rocks at people's houses, playing ding dong ditch, I knew that if I got caught, I would get in trouble. Everybody was getting in trouble that was with me. Not just the older cats who were a few years older than me. Everybody would get it. So that's all I'm saying, man. Like, and Ak is the dude he is. He has never hit it. We cannot be surprised by this. We got to be a lot more careful about who we give our information to, who we send videos to. Just like with Vlad. You go on Vlad, you start popping that shit, and you know Vlad is going to air the goddamn thing, and he's going to ask you questions and try to get you to snitch on people. That's what he does. Ack is not a gang member, number one. Okay, he's a civilian, so he's not snitching when he releases that shit that you gave to him. I don't know how he got it, however he got it. You snitched on yourself when you gave some shit like that to a civilian. Point blank in the period. I was not telling. I'm still not gonna tell anybody the shit I did from age 16 to 19. I'm not gonna tell anybody because that's crazy. Not even my close friends and family know what I did, the shit that I went through. No. And I damn sure ain't gonna put a hit video out. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna say I got a bag on somebody and let somebody film it and then shoot it to some people. Because I can tell you, if Tekashi sent that video to Ack, he knows what Ack is. And in my mind, I'm thinking that Tekashi knew he was going to release that. And that was his intention, for Ack to release that for him. So everybody know he a shot caller, right? And that's why he got picked up by the feds. Because if you're a shot caller who makes shit happen down the line with your little minions, you get that RICO case. Listen, he's a young man. And yes, he may have been impressionable and influenced to a degree, but he made his own choices. He made his bed. He's sleeping in it. And if he might even snitch. That's also his responsibility. Whatever happens to that after he snitches, it's on him. Because I'll tell you one thing. If the police get you in that interview room, I don't care how old you are, they're going to put the pressure on you. And 50-year-old men, 60-year-old men, 45-year-old men sing all the time in that interview room. And guess who is manipulating them and guiding them into that position? The Pope. The Popo, or the feds. So there's always going to be somebody manipulating you throughout your entire life. There's always going to be somebody manipulating you. Even me at work. When somebody wants you to work faster or want produce more or keep producing like I do, they're going to tell you stuff like, oh, you could be foreman on the next job site. But that shit goes in one ear and out the other. I take it with a grain of salt. But some people will fall into that, just like I did. As a 38-year-old man, well, when I fell into it the first time, I was 32 or something like that. Something happened, and it didn't work out. But at the same time, from that point on, I knew that's what they do. To get you to do what you want, what they want you to do, people will tell you the right shit. They'll whisper sweet nothings in your ear. They will show you a bankroll. They'll show you your paycheck. If you ever, come work with Primerica. I became an executive VP in 2 seconds. Look at my check. But you might not be a salesperson like that. But they're going to get you on a train because guess what? For a little bit, they can go with you to your family's house and sell some life insurance and sell some bonds and get you investing. That's just an example, right? People are always going to steer you and manipulate you, and sometimes you're going to fall for it as a grown person. But it's up to you to have discernment. Hey, that's all I try to do, because, the youth keeps a big eye on Tekashi 6ix9ine. And we can't tell them that when they're 20, they're not men. We can't tell them that. We can't tell them that, oh, you were just a little boy being manipulated. Ooh-wee. I'm married. I'm married. I'm married. I can't do it, Kayla Robertson. Anyway, grown-ass man. So, see, she got me, she throwing me off, flirting with me and stuff. Oh, my God. What was I saying? Please, catch me up. My memory's going bad. Anyway, man, I'm saying, I'm getting tired of it. Look, oh yeah, the youth are watching, and they're gonna watch all these commentators and all you reporters. Exactly. Boys look up to Tekashi. They look up to him. So when they go, they're gonna go and they're gonna search everywhere. They're gonna look at all these commentators talking about it. They're gonna look at the Joe Buttons. They're gonna look at the even the Axe. They're gonna look at Mano. They're gonna look at everybody. You know what I'm saying? Remy Ma. If there's one more episode of freaking State of the Culture, they're gonna be waiting to hear what Remy Ma got to say about it. And just like when she said that R. Kelly, when she was supporting R. Kelly, talking about, oh, that little girl, wanted it, and what you gonna do as a parent if your 14-year-old daughter wants to do this and do that? What, it's gonna be difficult to do this, and she's gonna fight back and all. So what? Anyway, what you're doing, as people putting that out there, though, he's just a kid and young boy. Never in my life have I heard so many people say that a 20-year-old man or 21-year-old man is a little boy. When they do that at? You know what? People used to drop their kids off in the woods at 13, 14 years old and leave them there for 3-4 days after they taught them something. Okay? Anyway, so like I'm saying, you can't say to the youth, listen, you screwed up. You knew what you were doing. You knew there were consequences, but you're just a little boy, so, you only get this much responsibility. You know why you can't do that? Because when the feds come knocking, when the police come knocking, you're over 18 years old, you're an adult in their eyes, period. When they come knocking, they're going to try you as an adult. They're not going to care that somebody else put that gun in your hand, or put that crack in your hand, or put that whatever you got caught for. They're not going to say, oh, you had some people that were 10 to 12 years older than you encouraging you to do some shit. They don't care about that. You're going to get locked up. You're going to get locked up anyway. They don't care. This is why you can't put that out there. You can't. You got to make it clear. Until they raise, I don't know. They don't care. Facts, exactly. So we got to knock that off. We know better. Come on, man. We know better. We know better. There's going to be people manipulating you all your life and trying to get you to do shit for them. All your life. It doesn't stop. Commercials are trying to manipulating you. Music is manipulating you. Movies are manipulating you. Everything. It's all around you. Everything is about trying to get you to do what they want you to do. But we still have the choice. We can still discern and put shit together in our own minds. We can analyze, break it down, and put it back together and say, wait a minute. I want to buy, food manipulation. When you hungry for that sugar, you want that cookie, you know what I'm saying? But you eat that cookie, you get an insulin spike. Anyway, everything. The world is about manipulation. That's it. That's it. The world we live in, the society we live in, these politicians are going to manipulate you. They manipulate old ass people because they say, "Oh, we're going to keep you on Social Security." That's what happens. But once you make that decision, that's your decision to make. No one is going to make an excuse for you. It's not going to happen. So we can't let this happen with Tekashi. We got to let him learn his lesson as a grown-ass man. When I was, I want to say 13, 14 years old. 12, actually, 12. When I was 12 years old, I went to Ohio with my stepbrothers, okay? And their cousin was an asshole, all right? And they all would do some shit, and bully me and all that, and I was frustrated. Okay, and one day their cousin little brother was hitting on me and stuff, so I hit him back and chased him down and hit him some more. And he heard himself running up the stairs, and of course his brother got mad at me. But instead of fighting me right then and there, he said, "I'm gonna get you before you leave Ohio." Okay. Now, I was there for another week or two, and during that entire time, he didn't do nothing. Because guess what? I kept a knife on me. Real talk. I was twirling that knife. Because guess what? You ain't about to do nothing to me when I'm awake. So what did he do? He hit me when I was asleep. Right before we were supposed to get on the airport. Go to the airport. So I called my stepdad. I was like, this punk hit me when I was asleep, blah, blah, blah. And he said, you better hit him back before you leave. That's what he said. You better hit him back before you leave. Those were my choices. That's what he said. So at the airport, as we're leaving, he's there seeing us off. And he's standing right in front of me. And I got a shiner. And I'm thinking about just binking him right then and there. Why not? But I didn't do it. Because I was like, I'll probably get in trouble in this airport. I don't know. I don't think I really cared about getting in trouble at the airport. I think it was just about his brothers, or my stepbrothers are there, and they're going to be on his side, and he's there, and I felt like it was going to be a 3 against 1. Because it was always a 2 against 1 when we were back in LA. It was my 2 stepbrothers against me. So I felt like it was going to be a 3 against 1. So, even though my stepdad was trying to convince me to hit this dude back, I made my own decision because I thought about it. I thought about the consequences. Tekashi is in his 20s. Come on. We got to knock it off. All right? I'm tired of it. Tired of it. It's ridiculous. Academics is a reporter. Okay? Academic has no friends in the industry. None. You have to know this. If you are in the industry, know that Ack has no friends in the industry. He reports on people, right? He has exclusive information. He puts up phone conversation that he had with other people. Like, this is what he does. Anyway, I'm gonna get off this live. I just wanted to say that because it was just raking my nerves. All right. Stop telling the youth that they're not responsible for their actions because they got grown people or people older than them misguiding them and misleading them, because that ain't gonna work. You tell them to make the right decision regardless. Tell them to analyze, discern, and make the right choice. Think about shit. Anyway, don't send your information. Don't send videos of you incriminating yourself to other motherfuckers. What's wrong with you? We're not talking about that. We're talking about Ack releasing it. Everybody's mad at him. But we're not talking about the idiot that sent it to him in the first place. Oh, man. Twilight Zone, man. Twilight Zone. My bad. It got to be short because I got a wife in there and I got my kids, and, I'm going to start doing longer videos. I just got to get in front of that computer. I got to build my shit up. You know what I'm saying? I'm small fry. I'm starting off small. So, I got other videos. I got other lives I did. Y'all can go ahead and check them out. I've only done lives because, thank you, San Diego. I've only done lives because doing a regular video, it takes forever to upload that shit on the YouTube. Even when I set the phone right next to the Wi-Fi router, it takes forever to upload. So it's like I just got to do a live real quick. Boom, I don't have the time. And that way I don't have time to rehearse. I don't have time to say shit the way I want to say it. And I know I left a lot of shit out of this video that I wanted to say because I was thinking about it. But alas, I have to get in there with the fan bam. All right. So like this video, share this video, subscribe, and please, if you agree with me, put it out there that Ak is no one's friend. Ak is no one's friend. Not in the industry. Okay? He's a twitcher. He's a nerd. He's a square. He is a civilian. You'll get more. You'll get more, Joyce. It's all good. Ak. Don't trust him. Anyway, peace, y'all.